Hello hockey fans and welcome back to NHL Teammate Tag, the show where we connect two NHL players from completely different eras by linking them through their teammates. You guys seemed to enjoy the previous video I made and you seemed pretty interested in the concept, so why not make another one, right? Now in the comments of last video, Mathis Goslin asked if I could link Borje Salming to Auston Matthews, and given that Salming passed away just a few weeks ago now, I wanted to honour the late player's legendary career and highlight how he paved the way for European players in the National Hockey League. So in today's episode, join me as we link Borje Salming to Auston Matthews through NHL Teammate Tag. Let us begin with the first member of our chain, which is of course Borje Salming. The first NHL superstar from across the pond in Europe, Borje Salming spent 17 seasons in the NHL between 1973 and 1990, where he scored 150 goals and 787 points in 1,148 games. Pretty good numbers for a defenseman if you ask me, especially given the nightly abuse that he faced from his North American contemporaries. Now while his career statistics were impressive enough, Salming would earn his fair share of awards too, as he was a second team All-Star 5 times, a first team All-Star once, and he was a finalist for the Norris Trophy on 4 separate occasions. Oh, and he was the NHL's best Swedish player 3 times, and he was inducted into both the IIHF and the Hockey Hall of Fames too. Given that he recently passed away following a battle with ALS, and given the standing ovation he received during his recent trip to Scotiabank Arena, you could clearly see just how much Salming meant to the city of Toronto and the respect that he had earned from every level of that organisation. So rest in peace, Borje Salming, you've certainly earned it, buddy. During the latter half of his tenure with the Leafs, Salming would spend 7 seasons playing alongside a fellow Leafs star, Gary Leeman. A productive scorer throughout his NHL career, Gary Leeman would spend parts of 14 seasons in the show between 1983 and 1997, notching 199 goals and 466 points in 667 games for his efforts. Though he wouldn't earn any individual awards in the NHL, and though his tenure in the league would gradually fizzle out during the mid to late 90s, the forward would get his hands on a trophy during that span, as he lifted the 1993 Stanley Cup as a member of the Montreal Canadiens. In fact, Leeman is one of the only players in this video to have lifted a Stanley Cup championship at the time of this recording, so things could have turned out far worse for him, couldn't they? Speaking of the Habs, following his trade to Montreal on January 28, 1993, Leeman would spend the next season and a half with the Canadiens organisation, where he would play with a former Leafs teammate turned Habs superstar, Vincent Damphousse. One of the most productive players of his era, Vincent Damphousse played 18 seasons in the NHL between 1986 and 2004, where he potted 432 goals and 1,205 points in 1,378 games. While he would never earn any individual awards during his long and successful career, the 3-time All-Star and former All-Star MVP would lift the 1993 Stanley Cup as a member of the Habs, which is certainly better than nothing if you ask me. After spending 6.5 seasons with his hometown side, Damphousse would be traded to the San Jose Sharks on March 23, 1999, where the forward would play the final 5 years of his career and continue to register impressive scoring numbers for the team. Throughout his tenure with the Sharks though, Damphousse would find himself playing alongside a future team legend, Patrick Marleau. A long-time veteran of the NHL and a record holder in the league, Patrick Marleau would play 23 seasons in the show between 1997 and 2021, scoring 566 goals and 1,197 points in 1,779 games in the process. Though he wouldn't get his hands on any silverware during that span, the 3-time All-Star would be a finalist for the Lady Byng Trophy twice, a Masterton finalist once, and he holds numerous franchise records for the Sharks, including the most goals and points, just to name a few. Oh, and he has also won 2 Olympic gold medals, 2 World Championship gold medals, and he has played more regular season games than any other player across NHL history. Does that sound like an impressive career to you? Because it sure does to me. Following his 19th year with the Sharks during the 2016-17 NHL season, Marleau's contract would expire and he would test the market as an unrestricted free agent. Now, instead of returning to San Jose and remaining with the only NHL team he had ever known, the 38-year-old would sign a 3-year, $18.7 million contract with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And who was his teammate in Toronto? That's right, folks, none other than Auston Matthews. One of the greatest goal scorers in the NHL today, Auston Matthews has spent the last 7 seasons in the league, where he has potted 274 goals and 491 points in just 436 games at the time of this recording. Not only that, the 4-time All-Star has also won plenty of awards during this span, including a Calder Trophy, 2 Rocket Richards, a Hart Trophy, and a Ted Lindsay too. Considering that he is only 25 years old right now, and given that he shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon, I expect that Matthews will earn even more accolades over the coming years. I mean, the guy is a goal-scoring machine, and he seems to get better with each passing season. He will take home plenty more silverware before he's done, folks. So thanks to each of these players, their lengthy careers in the show, and their long list of teammates over the years, we have somehow linked Borje Salming to Auston Matthews with only 3 players between them. We have connected 2 league superstars who played roughly 3 decades apart, and all it took was a productive scorer, a former captain, and a record holder too. That's pretty impressive when you think about it, right? Was this a difficult task to accomplish? Not at all. Did I really need to do this in the grand scheme of things? Probably not, but I had a pretty good time putting this all together, so here's hoping that you guys enjoyed it too. And on that note, I'm going to end today's video. That was episode 2 of NHL Teammate Tag. What do you think about the players we selected, or the skaters that we used to link them? Do you agree with the connections I made, or would you have linked them differently instead? Also, do you have another pair of players you would like me to explore in episode 3? Do let me know in the comments below, I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye! A big thank you to Bexy93, Burned Retinas, Drew Fawcett, Houston NG, Raquel, and Worthless Pieces for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of every future video, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.